I'm going to show you how to make the nicest, crispiest onion Bhajis homemade, and also a mint yoghurt. Absolutely delicious. Enjoy the show. Welcome back to Al's Kitchen. Not a curry this week, but a side dish or a starter in the form of onion Bhajis. Now, we all love an onion Bhaji, right? Whether it will be at the start of your meal, alongside your meal. Sometimes they're nice just to feast on, just as a quick snack, especially when you've got some nice chutneys to go with them. This week, I'm going to be showing you how to do an Indian restaurant favourite that are nice and light, nice and crispy. Not too much skill involved either, but just follow the process. And we're going to go right into it. Let me show you all the ingredients and a few things you'll need to make sure your onion Bhajis come out just right. So let's check out all the spices. So here we've got some ajwain seeds, some turmeric, some Kashmiri chili powder, some black pepper, some cumin seeds, coriander powder, cumin powder, some salt, and a magic ingredient, some tandoori masala. Now you might be thinking, tandoori masala? Tandoori masala gives onion Bhajis a lovely, I can't even explain. It's just that flavour you get in an Indian restaurant and missing from a lot of onion Bhaji recipes. Now, you're going to need 500 grams of onion. I've got a big one here. Massive, look at that. It's bigger than a cricket ball, but I've chopped them here. Now, I'm going to show you how I want you to slice your onions to make the perfect, lightest, crispiest onion Bhajis. Now, I'm going to have to waste this onion or donate it to the food bank, but I'm going to show you how. So what I want you to do is take the ends off. And I'm going to take the skin off. Usually what I do is I just run the knife around the outer skin. And yeah, sometimes I'm a little bit wasteful. And I just peel it off like that. Okay, so there's your onion. And I want you to slice it down the middle. Now, what most people do is they turn it on the side like that and they will start chopping this way. I want you to go along the grain. So when you've got all the ribbon going across the onion from you, away from you. And all we're going to do is do some nice thin slices. And make sure you've got a nice sharp knife, because a blunt knife increases your prospects of having an accident and not cutting those nice fine slices that you want. Well, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to throw these in with the rest of this mix here. But look at the onion slices we've got. And basically they've gone in the onion mix. Right, now go grab yourself a bowl, as I want you to put all the spices that you measured out into the one bowl. Now, a lot of people I see online, they will start adding the spices into the onions one by one and then mixing it after they've added the individual spices. But what I find is that you'll get uneven coverage in the onions. So mix the spice blend together like this. There you go, so that's all nicely blended. And now we're going to add the spices to all of those onions. Right, now using your bare hand, make sure your hands are clean, or you can use a glove. I presume you're only cooking these for yourself and your family or friends, and I'm sure even your friends won't mind the added flavour of a few skin cells. So you're going to use a twisting motion. So you just squeeze the onions, and what you want to do is mix them thoroughly and squeeze the onions so you draw out a lot of the moisture from the onions themselves, negating the need to add too much extra water. That's it, and I'm really squeezing them through my fists. Now I can feel the moisture coming out of the onions. Now, because we mixed all those spices together, they're already nice and even throughout the onion mixture. Right, so we've released the water out of those onions, and slowly we're going to add the chickpea flour. Now I've used 1 tea mug here. I'm going to add that gradually. It's already getting sticky. I'm going to add a bit more flour. And what the flour is going to do, it's going to act as a binding agent, a glue. It starts to draw out all the moisture from the onions. There you go, look, you see the way they're all getting all sticky now? Look, I could actually roll a ball with these already and fry them, but we're not done yet. Now with the flour, all the measurements will be listed in the description box below. I have sieved the flour so there are no lumps. If you get lumps, the lumps will not cook properly and you'll have a stodgy bhaji. Now let's go over to the oil. So you'll be using vegetable oil, and I will be heating the oil to 170 degrees, and that will be perfect to make these onion bhajis. Now see the flour here, how much I've got left? Now you'll know it's right when you can feel that the onions can be formed into a shape of your choice. Now I think that's about right. I've got some flour left and I'm going to leave this to settle for about 30 minutes. But while we wait for that, we're going to make a nice mint raita. Right, so let's make a nice little dip to dip our onion bhajis in when they're cooked. And I'm going to make the most basic version. There are other versions of this. I'll be producing these real soon. They're a little more flavoursome, but this is probably the basic version you'll get in your Indian restaurants. All we need for it is some natural yoghurt, some Coleman's or different brand mint sauce like you'd have on your roast lamb, and some sugar. I'm going to just pour some of this into the bowl. Remember, we don't need to make too much because we're going to be eating it with our onion bhajis. Add a tablespoon just under of Coleman's sauce. Add a little bit more, I like it minty. And I'm going to be adding also a tablespoon of sugar to sweeten it up. You know the mint sauce is always sweet. If you don't want the sugar, you can leave it natural and you'll have a flatter mint raita. Whisk that together. And there you see it, guys. You're starting to see what you eat in a restaurant. Taste that. Perfect, just right already. Okay, so now we're going to start making and forming the onion bhajis and frying them. Now I'm using a deep fat fryer and I've got the temperature up to 170 degrees. You don't have to use one of these. You can use a shallow fryer in a frying pan or a saucepan or what you have. And I've brought the temperature up to 170. Now we don't want to cook too many at the same time because we want to maintain the temperature of the oil. If you drop the temperature of the oil, you're going to basically make soggy bhajis. So I would advise making around 4 at a time. Cook them for around 4 minutes or until they're golden and crispy. So let's go. Now you might want to take a little jug of water and just wet your hands. Take some of the mixture. I would advise, if you've never done this before, start small. And you just want to give them a little cupping press. You might want to flatten them out a little bit and then just lower them into the oil. They don't have to be perfect either. Now after around 30-40 seconds, you're just going to make sure they've not stuck to the cage. But don't touch them before the 30 or 40 seconds, otherwise they will fall apart. The onions have gone nice and ready to be formed. Right, so let's have a look. That's it, so they've not stuck to the cage or each other. Perfect. So we're going to fry these down and then we're going to repeat the process until all our bhajis are nicely cooked. So now they've been cooking for 2 minutes. Come and have a look at them. Now I want you to just take a knife and we're just going to puncture them through the middle to make sure that they cook on the inside. Now obviously the bigger the bhaji, the more cooking time, make sure you puncture them. Quite often some people fry them for 3 minutes, take them out, then when you have your dinner party and you're ready to go again, you double fry them, a bit like double fried chips, and they don't take long to cook. Look, beautiful. Okay, so these ones are done. Take a look at these. And put these in a bowl lined with kitchen towel. There we go. And we're going to go again. So wet the hand. Take some. Look how beautiful they are. They're so shaped well, these. I like them more pancakey, but you can do balls if you want. Right, another 4 minutes, second batch done. Look at that, they're beautiful. And we've got the last batch. So again, in with the water. I might do some little mini ones now. So watch them fry away. Remember, don't touch them for 30 seconds so that they seal. And then you can give them a little shake and a prod. And we're going to put these nicely on a plate. Just an idea on how to serve them. So just stagger lemon pieces and the Bhajis, and you will wow your crowd. There we go. One more. And a nice bit of lemon there. And take some finely chopped coriander and just take that around the edges like that. And there you go, you bring a platter onion Bhajis to your guests. Now, getting yourself a fat fryer if you're Indian cooking, you can do your onion Bhajis, you can do your samosas, you can even do double fried cooked chips. I know that's not Indian, but chips and curry is almost a marriage made in heaven. So, I've been feasting on these. Taste test is the most amazing part of my show. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you want more recipes. Go check out my back catalogue. Indian restaurant galore. If you've eaten it, probably I've covered it. Absolutely beautiful. Lovely. Really gorgeous. Look at the way I've dressed the plate. That's amazing. Anyway, if you've enjoyed the show, please follow me. Please support me. I love you back 100 times over. As I always say in all of my shows, I'm Al and I'm out of here.